Yes. You're reading that right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read that to you because it's on the BBC news page under health. But I know some countries are like restricted to BBC sometimes. Copyright crap. I think, and I don't know if you'll get it, but it's on the health, just on the health front page. Right, now, forgive me, but these people must really think, I'm going to have to put my hat on, get my head on this, must really think that we're thick. They've bombarded us with chemicals to see how the flu was spread. Like a stomachy sort of flu virus, right? And they successfully, you know, monitored it across all the doctors, etc., etc. And as we know, this flu vaccine thing, right? If there's a virus loose, say it's H1N5, the H side is the tools it uses, the key to get into the cell, and the N is the like knife it uses to get out the cell to go into the next cell. Now, bird flu, the avian flu, particular strain they were interested in was H1N5 or H5N1. I think it's H1N5. Now, we all know that if an epidemic occurs, they don't know what strain it's going to be. And if they put every strain from like H1 to H9 and then N1 to N9, right, you've got the potential to make any virus that isn't spreadable between two people, epidemic, yeah, which is what the warnings were about bird flu. Let me read this to you because this is a bit you've got to laugh at them because you've got to look at this with positive and go, have a word, you know, because I don't think the public are really going to fall for this if enough of us start talking about the chemtrails, the flu, and the fact that this is going on. Vaccination now to beat bird flu. A vaccine available right now could help us save lives in the future bird flu pandemic, UK scientists claim. A jab against one strain of avian flu given years earlier may prime the immune system to fight a wide range of bird flu strains. When the pandemic arrives, pre-vaccinated people, when it arrives, okay, so it's going to arrive, okay, pre-vaccinated people could then be given a booster shot and be protected far quicker, said researchers. Right, so you can have a shot, and then they'll give you the booster shot, which will basically put the RF chip in, probably. The research was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. The speed that pandemic flu labelled the gravest threat to the UK by a recent government document, government, like the way the government's been put in there, you know, as if you can trust them, could sweep the world and one of the great challenges facing scientists of the government. Some suggestions might only be a matter of weeks before an emerging virus reaches the UK. Some suggestions say it might only be a matter of weeks before an emerging virus reaches the UK. Okay, so what? They're going to put the virus in the chemtrails now, are they? You know, just leave it a little while first. By the time a vaccine actually matches the pandemic strain it is developed and administered, it may already have claimed many thousands of lives. Unlike seasonal flu, to which most of us have been exposed at some point, most humans will have far less immunity to pandemic flu, and this means the multiple vaccination over a period of at least a month will be needed. Excuse me. In addition to a delay of weeks while antibiotics tailored to fight the strain are built up. The Leicester researchers say that their solution could mean that a single vaccination of pandemic strain vaccine would be needed and it would be effective within a week. The research is centred on people given a vaccination against the H5N3 strain of bird flu. Okay, well, what about N1, which will happen between 1991 and 2001? The vaccine contained another ingredient called MF59 designed to boost its effectiveness. Years later, they were vaccinated against the H5N1 strain of avian flu, and their immune system responded, compared against a group of people who had not received the earlier vaccination. After just 7 days, 80% of the prime group had the signs that their body was protected against H5N1 compared to 20% of the unprimed group. The earlier vaccination not only offered protection against the strain but led the foundations for protection against other avian flu strains, said the researchers. No time to lose. Dr. Ian Stevenson, one of them, said, if a bird flu pandemic erupts tomorrow, it isn't clear that we'd have 6 weeks to vaccinate people before it arrives in the country, even if the vaccination was stockpiled. We have been able to prove in the study that you can vaccinate people 6, 7 and 8 years ago, still a very rapid response with a booster shot within a week. Dr. John Wood from the National Institution of Biological Standards and Control, a government-funded body which helps in the production and testing of vaccines for emerging flu strains, backed the study. The fact that they seem to have the protection after 8 years is very interesting, he said. If the government are only thinking about stockpiling vaccines, they should actually be stockpiling it in people's arms. He said that's why there was no certainty that any flu pandemic would be based on avian flu, unless the research could not be followed up with the possibility that people might eventually be primed against a cocktail of a different types of flu. Now, I see that as just like a, don't take this vaccine. Just don't take the vaccine. Just don't take. Avian flu cannot, at this present time, be passed from human to human. By having that, you're giving the virus the know-how or the means to evolve into a virus that can spread between a human and human. And as everyone's just had like a stomach stroke for flu virus due to the crap that people have been spraying in the skies, the next day they get ill, they're spraying right now. There's people still getting ill. I'm not getting ill because I'm eating enough vegetables and I'm taking all the drugs that I've said in the past, drugs, vitamins if you like. But if I get any symptom, the first thing I do is get some orange juice. Orange juice, Conolal Silver. Key things: zinc, vitamin C, acacia, erythrium gold, Conolal Silver, and multivitamins and some hemp oil. That's what I take on the whole. And some Shamarin Rose occasionally, but that's something that's just different. No. So yeah, this is just people. I'll put the web page that side. Okay, peace, love and light.